Hi, it's Blacktooth. Let's have a look at LMMS, and I'm gonna proceed with a beat I did on the last tutorial, Grundlagen 2, which is in German, but basically it's just a drum kit so far. Some notes, we switched up to a chord in organic, a bass line, and a little melody thing. Now, I added this little melody line. We're just gonna listen to it solo. It's basically just 3 oscillators, one on 16, one on 8, and then added one on 12. Now let's listen to that in the mix. Nothing too fancy. Since my MIDI keyboard ain't working, I'm just doing these with a normal keyboard or adjusting the rest with the mouse. This is what it looks like. It's basically the same melody repeated and just put up some notes. That's it. Okay. Now let's consider the arrangement. So we have our little drum kit, which I'm just gonna right away just duplicate and make a little variation, nothing too fancy. Oops, and then we just gonna, I don't know, take away the snare or something simple like that, as like an intro and break thing. Okay, and arranging is a bit weird if you're used to Pro Tools, which I'm actually using. So I used Fruity Loops like 7 years ago or something. And in the old version, I used a different method to arrange, but in LMMS, it seems to be very buggy, which is just, instead of setting up the entire drum loop within one of these patterns, just set up one instrument and then have like one for bass drum, one for snare, one for hi-hat, but it's very buggy in this version and it doesn't show you the pattern you're actually working on, so I can't do that anymore. So we're gonna use the good old let's drag a long block method. In case you didn't know, you can do that. You don't have to single click all the blocks. You can just say, okay, you play until here, then this one drops in, stays on. We have a little break. Another way is to just copy the stuff in the piano roll. So you do the Control C, Control V, and on the last note, you get to drag the little thingy. So check that you get it on the right note. Okay. And oh, this is so silly. What? A little loop of eternity. Nice. Okay. Why isn't it showing that? Ah, there we go. Scroll bar. Okay. Yeah, LMS, I find it a bit buggy, but it's freeware, so yeah, great. Now, another way to do it is just to press Control and drag a block to get it there more quickly. Okay. That saves a lot of time. I didn't know that the days before, and I'm really happy I found out. So yeah, now you see the problem with the bass line. I did it in the smaller bars, so now I have to copy paste all of this individually. Could have just dragged it or whatever. Alright. Now let's listen to that. Okay, drop that in earlier, and we do a little modulation on the organic, and we're gonna use the filter. Low cut, no, high cut. And whoop. Now we add a little automation. Do the press control, grab the frequency and put it into the automation. Open it up. Okay, and it's bar 5. So at the end of this one, we're gonna end up here. We're gonna start down here. We're gonna do it in a curve. Okay. Okay, now we have a basic layout for the song, kind of, and I'm gonna add one more alternative for the drums. Boom. Which is just gonna be just a snap. We're gonna do something with the mallets. Control A to select all, Control C to copy, Control V to pop in. Get the last note. And rhythm it up. And we're gonna change the low pass on the organic again. Okay, now I just corrected the automation a little bit and took on the Watson sound a little bit and added on the mixer, on the master, Barry Satan's Maximizer. I'm not sure what kind of plugins are there by default. Yeah, just pop on some compressor or maximizer or yeah, I get into that in another video. Let's keep it simple. Let's have a listen to. Okay, that much for automation and arrangement within LMS. a little introduction. Well, have a good one. Bye.